How's it going, everybody? Cable Guy Ken here with you. Got a review on the coffee that Rob is selling at the canteenshop.com. It's actually from the guy that runs the store, the Canteen Cup. I'm going to get everything set up here real quick. I'm going to be using my Canteen Cup and stove stand along with my small triangular burner. They just kind of seem to fit well together. If you saw my article in SRI about what's in my pack, that's my preferred carry right now. I've still got the Vargo cup, which I'll be using to actually drink out of in the video here. I've still got it with the Vargo stove and everything, but the thing I like about the triangle is it's got the simmer ring, so if you're cooking and you need to turn it down a little bit, you can. And it holds a good bit of fuel, so for an extended burn, you're pretty well set. And of course, it still lights with just a striky ferro rod. Set that on there. Now, the fella that sent this to me, Mr. Farr, Command Sergeant Major Farr, I should say, he sent me his pack just like what you'd get if you ordered from him or if you ordered it from Rob. Now, the reason why I mention order from him, if you go to the canteencup.com, he's got a rather large selection to choose from as far as your flavors. So, you know, right now Rob's just got a few things, and if you were looking for something a little bit more, then you'd want to go directly to the source. Of course, Rob will be getting more things in, you know, as time progresses and as the product sells. So, you know, definitely don't overlook Rob. Now, this stuff is good for a 2-year shelf life, 24 months, as you see it packaged right now. It is ground when you order it, and each one is individually wrapped in a tea bag, and then it's vacuum sealed in a heavy-duty vacuum bag. It'll also be good for 21 days after you open it. Now, the thing about this is when he sent me this, when he contacted me about doing it and he sent me the product, he said this is product that he made 8 months ago. So we're going to be seeing just how good it is 8 months later if you have not opened up the package. Let's see if you can. You can't open the. I mean, this is durable stuff. You're not going to open it just willy-nilly. You're going to have a blade of some sort to open it up. So we will one of these out. Tell you what, we'll do the smell test first. How about that? Oh man, that's some good smelling coffee right there. So I said each one comes individually wrapped in a tea bag. I'm going to get behind the camera here for a second, make sure I'm showing y'all that, because I'm kind of in an odd angle here. Now it says each tea bag will brew 1 cup strong or 2 cups mild or a medium brew. Now that's not 1 canteen cup, that's 1 cup or 8 ounces of water. Now if you know anything about coffee, if you're a coffeeholic like me, you know it's usually 1 tablespoon, which is about what this is, per cup of coffee. Now it says to get your water boiling, drop it in there. But now what I'm going to do is go ahead and drop it in there, because if you notice your coffee maker at home, it doesn't just sit the coffee down inside the water and brew it. It actually percolates through it. The water has to run through the coffee in order to get a brew. So I'm getting me a stick here. You'd think I'm at the house. You'd think I could have just grabbed a spoon out of the drawer, right? That'll work. So when you make coffee in your coffee pot or in a percolator, the water is flowing through the coffee and then through the filter and down into the water. That's how you get your coffee. When you make camp coffee, you pour the coffee into the pot, the grounds into the pot, put it on and you get it boiling. You let it boil for a minute or two. Then you take it off and let it settle. You got coffee. Well, with this, since it is in a tea bag, you're going to want to poke it down in there, and when the water starts boiling, you don't want it to boil long, because you're not supposed to really make coffee with boiling water, just hot water. So what we're going to do is we're going to let this get hot till it just does start to boil, and I'm going to keep putting the bag down into it, making sure that it's getting water flowing through it, and I can see the water itself is already darkening up, so that lets me know I am brewing coffee. I am getting water to flow through the bag and brew coffee. Now, while I'm letting this come up to a boil here, I'm going to go ahead and stop the camera so y'all don't have to sit here and watch a cup boil. But real quick, I'll just show you. You can see the flames coming off of that Triangle burner. It fits perfect under that canteen cup stove. Best combination I've found yet. If you don't have access to wood and stuff, obviously I do, but this is just a lot easier. Or if you're in an area where you can't burn, that'll cook your food right there, folks. You can't beat that. So let me get back with you here in just a minute. Alright, everybody, back with you real quick. I got some good steam coming out. It ain't quite boiling yet. I want to show you. I mean, I'm getting a good dark color already. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cut the Triangle off. I'm going to set this right here to the side. Flip my stove stand out the way here. Take my little snuff ring and just that easy is out. I'm just going to set that on the lid there. And that stove is rocket hot. We're going to set it out the way. And I'm just going to take my little stirring stick here and just push that bag down in there. Show you what it looks like here. You can see it's coffee dripping off of it. I'm gonna push it down in there, stir it up a little bit and let it steep. I'll be back with you fellas here in just a second. Alright guys, I'm gonna try to get behind the camera here a little bit, see if I can make sure I'm keeping my cup and all in frame. I've been taking this little stick here. You can see it's got that little pokey end on it. I've been using it to kind of pick the bag up and dunk it, just like you do if you were brewing tea with a tea bag. Some of you might drink hot tea. And the other reason I was doing it, I'm bouncing this around pretty good here, trying to see if I can put a hole in that tea bag. And I know it's just a tea bag, but it seems pretty strong. Well, I tore it there. Pulling it with my hands, I tore it. But I'm not breaking it open, dousing it with my little punky stick, and I still hadn't tore into the coffee itself. I've had it steeping about 4 minutes is what they recommend. Got a good strong heavy brew in there. The cup is a little bit hotter than I want to drink out of, which is why I brought my Vargo. Plus I like cream and sugar, and I went ahead and mixed up some cream and sugar. You can see the color of that. It's about like I like my home brew. Good rich color. Now I like coffee strong, but I don't like it black. I like it light and sweet. Again, I got my little stirry stick here, and you can see about how I drink my coffee. I like it creamed up pretty good. But bounce for a minute, y'all. Alright, I should be in frame. I've been doing this long enough, I ought to know without looking, ain't it? But let's give it a... Smells pretty good, y'all. That tastes pretty good. That is some good coffee. Now, I'd had some people say that they thought it might be a little weak, or what have you. But again, watch how much water you're putting in it, because I don't think it's weak at all. It's this isn't the strongest brew that he sells. This is his Costa Rican, I do believe, and it's got real good flavor to it without being overpoweringly strong. Sit that down for a minute. I was going to show you, if you fill it to the bottom of this line here, that's going to be more than a cup of water. I mean, I don't know, Rob at the canteen shop could tell you better than I could, but I don't know exactly where the markings are on this for 1 cup, 2 cup, but I want to say when I filled it with a measuring cup, it was just below this butterfly was 1 cup or 8 ounces of water. So keep that in mind when you're using your canteen cup in the woods. If you know you need a cup of water for something, you're going to want to make sure that you're, you know, measuring appropriately, because just because they say this holds about 2 cups of water doesn't mean that halfway up is going to be 1 cup. It's wider at the top than it is the bottom, so your measurement is going to be a little bit different. So keep that in mind when you go to brew coffee out in the woods. You know, I've had people all the time say they couldn't make good coffee in the woods, and 9 times out of 10 is because they're not measuring the water correctly. You've got to have the right amount of water for the amount of coffee you're using. If you were to fill the canteen cup up with water, 2 of the bags should be enough, but just to be on the safe side, you might want to go ahead and put 3 in there if you like your coffee really strong. Or check out the canteencup.com, and I'll post links, you know, down at the bottom. Check out his website, get like the Highland brew he's got. He's got a Highland coffee that's supposed to be a good bit stronger. Everything he sells, he grinds when you order it, packages it, vacuums it, ships it to you. It's as fresh as it can get. This is 8 months old. They purposely sent me 8-month-old coffee, and that's good coffee. I mean, it's better than the stuff I got in the house, and you know, I paid $17 for a jar of that stuff, if you've seen how expensive coffee is lately. So here's to you, Mr. Farr. Amazing product. I'm loving the fact that everything is in each, you know, individually tea bagged like this, so that's all I've got to carry out when I'm done. Set this in a spot off to the side. It'll dry out, you know, well, in the wintertime it'll take a little bit longer. In the summertime it'll dry out quick enough. Put it in a little Ziploc bag, pack it back out with you. Or, you know, it is coffee, y'all. Tear it up, dig it in, you know, compost it down into the dirt and let it start going back to nature. The heap site better than any instant junk you're going to buy and put out there anyway. The Cable Guy Ken, y'all. Canteen Cup Coffee. Look for it at canteenshop.com. Rob's got a selection over there. If you're looking for a little bit more, looking for maybe even tea, he sells tea as well, go to the Canteen Cup. And I'll post the links down here in the bottom. Appreciate you watching. Appreciate your support. Look for some exciting new reviews on some new hydration products coming out soon. Cable Guy Ken. Catch you in the next one.